Okay. I am in a bit of a rush, but I don't want to rush this conversation. So if we don't finish, um, like I said, I'll be back around 9, or 9:30. One of the two. 9:30 the latest for sure.
All right, dope.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
Really cool. Okay. Um, so I mean, first of all, to start off, I'd say I apologize in the sense of rejecting a start of a conversation. Um, Mentally, and like I said, now I feel like I am ready, but mentally, I was in a spot that I never was, and still in a spot that I never am. Um, so, um, so in the sense of that, I knew that I really couldn't. Um, Now looking back, I think that it's an inappropriate act to reject a conversation regarding this, because it is something big, in the sense of the topic of the conversation. Um, Now, regarding on my side, I mean, as far as the reason for what I did, I can't really tell you because I don't really have an explanation for it. And even if I did, it wouldn't fit or be appropriate for the comments that were said. Now, I do think that it did get taken out of context a little bit. Um, and to me, it was a joking matter, but as I look into it, I see and understand why to you it wasn't. Um, I just don't want you to think that I'm uneducated on that topic, though. Because, like I mentioned in the voice note, I'm not a white avatar that I seem like I am here. So I am educated on the topic. I am educated on the matter, and I understand that. And I understand that I have offended you. Um, I specifically have a good connection and relationship with the three of us that were, well, two, three, including myself, that were talking, and that's why he didn't take offense to it. Now, also, sorry, I assume like Lizzie. Am I wrong? Well, I'm talking about like Lizzie in the Suns. Am I incorrect? Okay. Well, later on in that, he did also mention a comment, and I said in there that's too far or something like you don't need to take that far. I said something about too far. Um, Now, like I said, I understand in the sense of why you were offended yourself. Um, I want you to know that the comment wasn't directed towards you nor anyone in general. It was just me and my headspace not thinking and saying whatever. Um, like I said, not to make it about me, but mentally in the sense I was not okay to have a conversation. I understand that. I'm not eliminating anyone from the subject, but I'm directing this conversation to you because you were the one that were there. I'm not saying anyone else wouldn't get offended. I'm just talking to you directly because I know for a fact you who were there got offended. And I understand that other people would. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not eliminating anyone from the subject. I'm just trying to address it with you firsthand since you were there. Well, like I said, my headspace, I don't know why I made a comment like that. I really don't. There's no explanation that comes to mind, and like I said, even if an explanation did come to mind, it wouldn't fit for a reason. Um, so as far as why, there's no explanation. Um, Rephrase that. Okay, I understand how that affects you. I understand your feelings, and like I said, you're entitled to them, and I understand and 100% agree with them. I'm not eliminating your feelings. I agree with them, and I understand that it was wrong out of context in the sense. There's, like I said, there's no explanation for it. There's really not. And I understand what you're saying, and I'm agreeing with what you're saying in the sense of everyone would feel the same. I'm not eliminating anyone out the subject. Well, like I said, not to make it about me, so beyond that subject, but I understand what you're saying. But mentally in myself, I was not ready to have a conversation. That's why I did skip you and talk to other people because mentally in the time I was not ready for a conversation. Um, and like I said, it's not to make it about me. It's not an excuse. It can seem like an excuse to you. Like I said, you're entitled to whatever you think, and I'm not throwing that away. But I'm telling you from my stance, I was not ready for a conversation. No. And I understand how that's inappropriate to you in a sense. and now you think that I was avoiding you. But I mean, you know it as well as higher management. It's not confrontation that I'm scared of, because us in this position, that's what we do. Um, and you as well. That's why I'm saying us in this position, because LG's higher. That's what we do. Um, it's addressing the matter that I wasn't ready for, and maybe I skipped it with just the message that I sent, confusing that it was enough. Um, but at the moment, a conversation was ready for. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
we hear you.
Oh, my bad. Say that again. I got cut off. I was gonna call. My bad. I don't know if you were saying something. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, like that's why I said it's appropriate and understanding of why you wanted a conversation, and it's something that you deserved and something that I didn't want to take away from you. Now, being completely honest, in the moment, I did want to take that away from you because of what was going on. But today, looking back at it and finally being able to settle and actually reflect about it, like 100%, you deserved a conversation. And that's why I wanted to give it to you. Even in my wrong, because like I'm saying, this whole conversation is about me being wrong. And you mentioned accountability, and I feel like I'm taking it. I have not said at all that I was right. So 100% in this sense, I'm wrong. And this conversation is about me being wrong. And I don't want to take that away from you because I want you to be able to say whatever you're feeling. Because like I said, you're entitled to your feelings as much as I am to mine. But in this sense, your feelings are 100% right. Not that they're ever wrong, but I'm saying for this specific situation, they're 100% right. You have absolute right to feel what you feel. I do have to go though, but like I said, we can finish this conversation if you don't feel it's completed later on. I'll be back at 9. Um, I I'll let you guys know when I'm back on, and then we can finish if you don't think it's complete. I will just say myself and something to take even more accountability. Something that Devin always tells me is put my emotions aside. At the moment, I did let my emotions get to me, and I said stuff that I regret. And I also said stuff that wasn't accordingly to my position. And actually, accordingly to any position. If I was an MG, that still wouldn't even be according to my position the way I reacted. Um, but I do apologize for that, and I 100% did before, but even now, even stronger, do take accountability for what I did, and I 100% agree that it is wrong, and I 100% agree that you deserved a conversation out of something, like I said, is offensive to everyone, but I do want to direct it to you because I know that you wanted a conversation. I didn't want to take that away from you. Now, like I said, I'm not eliminating anyone from the offense chart, if you will. Absolutely, you're right. Everyone would take offense to that if they were all there. If I said that in the faction meeting, for example, everyone would take offense to it, and if not, everyone would feel uncomfortable. I 100% agree with you. I just didn't want to take a conversation away from you that you 100% were entitled to. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.